Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, you two? Everybody in the video, I'm gonna do that for y'all, man. I'm gonna do a video about, I'm gonna do type of, best story, why the dope boys had left Rapper Like Records, man. Okay, the video, I talk about, where they left the whole label and why they, G Prince, why they left the label at the time because, I feel like, there was a push right properly, the G Prince in the whole label, why they left the label, so, okay, here go, man. Okay, your boys did an interview on YouTube to talk about, what got signed with the Prince around 2002 or 2003 to where they made their albums on label to where there was, I guess, make a lot of money. They got, a lot of albums out on label. And, okay, I seen an interview to where, I think the Big Pimp had the interview with the, dude from Atlanta. And how they, the interview talk about, they, was a push right, only on label to, I think, J Prince. Trying to sign them back around 2003 to the label at the time to where, they made a lot of albums on the label. And I think sometimes that, the whole group was a push right. And so they got, a type of issue with the, with the label and but I feel like, they got beef, the manager too, though. So I think the manager had trying to use them, man, over money but I feel like, they got, let go because I think, I probably say, Big Pimp the Gangsta got to the issue, the manager and basically on the manager was the type of slime ball dude that will use artists, for the money and how they would, I guess, take advantage of the group and how the group, wasn't, I don't know, I feel like the whole group wasn't push property, properly man through the whole world. And so I feel like, there was a push, that music out, I feel like the whole group, wasn't pushed right. And I feel like, Jay Prince, he's known as a dude that's trying to use artists, trying to use their careers and stuff, man, how that he would destroy careers and how, I think folks from Alabama kind of felt like they, the other boys had, lost their careers, lost their on careers, with the whole group label, but I feel like the whole so I feel like the whole label trying to like let them go, man. But I feel like Jay Prince had said that I don't know. I feel like Jay Prince kind of like wondering on that shall I let him go or let him stay, but so I guess the boys had said I want to go. Both had left the label, man. But I feel like they so I feel like it's type of like beef between the manager and Mike Thomas I said interview in the past to where I think Big Pimp had did interview talk about this slimy dude manager Mike Thomas who trying to use the group and they trying like to where to put to where this manager was paying them their money at all, man. But for like they got to fight the manager somewhere in Montgomery somewhere out of town to where they was in the club and how the manager had had fought them outside the club and how it was type of issue with the whole beef with the manager, man. But I feel like the boys had left the whole label because it's type of like conflict of interest right there to where like if a rapper signed to a deal means they to where they're not getting pushed right means they they don't like they're probably gonna leave the label because they're gonna or like some rappers who signed a big deal and I think the deal wasn't ran right, so I feel like they signed a bad deal, man. But I feel like like some rappers we sign a bad deal to the label means that they can get jail for their money means that like some rappers lose money, man, off of them signing bad contract. I feel like their boys had got used by J Prince, man. But I feel like the whole issue involved them, the beef they had, the management. But and so I feel like they left the label because they wasn't getting pushed right, So I get my opinion about it, man. On why they didn't push right, and so I feel like Pimp and the Gangsta had love, man. They say goodbyes to the label, and we'll move on. They don't start their own thing. In Montgomery, but so I feel like yeah, I did a video before about them get to beef. With, I say with manager, but and how they on how the manager was a slimy, shasty, coded motherfucker who would use artists, rappers and for their money but I feel like why would this dude would use the whole group, man, but I feel like the boys she have went bigger, man. So I feel like both of them she have went big all through the world because I think they there was two local acts in Montgomery they got signed with the Rabbi Records and how Rabbi is from Texas and how they how they moved from here to Texas, but and so I feel like there was like two local yeah, I probably say they they were two locals rappers in the city, man, how they had signed a deal with them and how they I don't know, I feel like the whole deal for the part, man, but I feel like they look label, man, because I don't know, I guess the bad vibes come with the whole music game. They get just for their money, maybe the manager and how the whole group had fell apart, man. But so I feel like they I feel like both of them kind of big, man. So I feel like they should went further and how they said that after they lost their deal, they had a job. So I think he said that interviews on how Pimp said that they got to find jobs. They get to where I think they had to find a job after that, man. But and so I feel like he said that once they got the fame, or her fame, I'm just kind of in the way because that. So I feel like they had to get back to reality to where they will find them a job, work, man. They would So I feel like they had found them a job in the past to where they work like perhaps a couple jobs in Montgomery and how they would get money off of it, man. But for like they had basically trying to find jobs why they wasn't rapping no more, man. But for like with Pimp against the head find jobs and past to where they would have worked and yeah, I heard they had opened up their own restaurant in the city, man. You know I'm saying I probably said yeah, they had like opened up the whole I said restaurant in Montgomery called Yummy something, I forgot what it called though, and they had trying like find different avenues to get money, but on how there was two major major legends in the city, man, how two dudes for the Gump got signed with a Prince, how the whole deal went sour, man, after that, man. So I feel like the whole deal went sour until where they would not sign with them again. So I feel like they yeah, I don't know, I feel like their boys had trying like I guess probably as to move on from the whole deal so to where will like work and trying to get their Uncle Russ back, man. But I feel like their boys had did their thing in the past and how things wasn't the same no more, man. But so I feel like things wasn't the same to where they would get jailed for their money, but and how they wasn't getting enough things out of the label they was in, but so yeah, I'm a little very about the boys on I seen on where they left J Prince label, man, Robert like Rooker. So make sure you like, comment, and share. Peace. I'm out here. Take care. Peace.